Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Evelyn Barta, and today's video is going to be recorded from my car because there were some things that occurred at my place, so I couldn't record the video today, even though I was trying. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let anything to stop me from recording this video. So here I am. Not sure how this is going to go because it's hot in the car. I cannot turn on the aircon because it's going to make a noise. So, and then also don't be surprised if I move the camera a few times because it depends on the sun, the lighting, and I might have to make a few times moves. So I received some information from the Pleiadians this morning while I was meditating, and I wanted to share that with you as usual. So I did type the information in my phone as I usually do. I mean, lately I do that because some time ago I would just do automatic writing. So with my handwriting, I would write down the messages. But because it was super difficult for me to read my handwriting afterwards, because sometimes I was doing it with my eyes closed or not trying to focus too much on my writing because that would distract me. So it was very, very difficult for me to read my handwriting afterwards. And I said, I need to find a better and easier solution. So now I'm like typing it in my phone. And then even though it's not so clear for me sometimes what I'm trying to type in my phone, but it's much easier to decode it than trying to decode my handwriting. Okay, so the first part of the message is what they considered that they wanted to say, wanted to deliver, the Pleiadians, that the collective needed to hear. And then the second part is about people that are having ADHD and ADD, because one of you was asking about these people, how can they navigate through this ascension? It must be super hard for them because they are super sensitive. And I thought, okay, I'm going to ask the Pleiadians about these people, and they delivered the message about them as well. So I will read that for you all. But first I wanted to do like a little energy update, as I usually do at the beginning of my videos. What I wanted to say energy-wise about September is that we did have a new moon on the 7th of September in Virgo, which probably brought up some things in many people, ancestral things as well, because I got the guidance, which I shared in my September video, that there's still a lot of ancestral thing and generational thing that we have to release. And I know that many people had these ascension symptoms as well, kind of activated and severed in this period. And I also talked about that the first few days of September were quite unbalanced days for me, in particular one day when I felt like I was in a very dark place. And yeah, so it started off quite challenging this month. And then we also have a full moon on the 20th in Pisces that might bring up things that might have been not so obvious and things that we haven't paid attention to. So this is a great opportunity to do that. And I feel like this whole year is about that. Just looking at those things that we tend to put aside and not deal with those things because they were too painful. They were too uncomfortable. This year is like a no joke. No more BS. You have to face those things. You have to deal with those things. Otherwise, you're not going to get ahead. The energies of the planet are not allowing us to put off anything any longer. And I feel like what these days are teaching us is all about that matrix that I was talking about in my previous video. The matrix that we no longer want, that is collapsing, that is breaking down. And these days are all about revisiting things from the past. For me, it's all about that and seeing the contrast in between where I am now and where I used to be in the past, what people I'm surrounded with, what people are coming into my life, and what people I had in my life some time ago. So all about revisiting things from the past, really like forgiveness for other people, changing our perspective and perception about ourselves, and seeing how many times we were victimizing ourselves in the past. Changing our belief system and definition about many things that have been planted in us by the society, like friendships, relationships, marriages, having kids, the definition of working hard, using masculine energies to force things or using feminine energies and just flow with things and letting things just happen. So this whole revisiting of the past is for the redefinition of the society, the paradigm shift from the third dimensional paradigm to the fifth dimensional paradigm. And I love it because this shift is showing up in my relationships. And I'm so grateful for those relationships that are showing me that I have nothing to do with that 3D paradigm any longer. I can safely let go because there's nothing for me to learn from those third dimensional relationships. I can learn from love. I don't have to learn any longer from struggles, from disappointments, and from pain. And I have been receiving a lot of guidance about having to let go of my past. And it was so hard for so long to just let go of things that were familiar. And I think the moment that it got clear for me that there's nothing there for me any longer to learn, new people started to come into my life and show me a completely different perspective, a completely new paradigm, so to speak. And I think this period of time will be all about revisiting the past, to solve certain things, to release certain things and heal them, but then also to realize that there's nothing left for us there and a new world is awaiting for us. And I think many of us are experiencing this shift right now, this letting go of the old and letting in the new, letting go of the wars, the conflicts, the lack of self-respect, the lack of self-love, the poor boundaries, the victimhood, the struggles, the pain. And we can really let in those beautiful new experiences that are based on love and are based on unity and on soul connections. And I have been talking about that many times, so I have been repeating that. But this is what is happening and will continue to happen in a very fast pace. But it's really up to us to let ourselves make this transition and let go of the past. And honestly, I haven't been following any of those news providers on YouTube. Like, I haven't been watching any of those clips and I'm feeling much better. It's just another proof of our perception creating our reality. You don't know about those things, you're not missing out. You are just excluding those fear-mongering things from your reality. You refuse to include those things into your life, so they cannot interfere with your inner peace. They cannot interfere with your reality that you want to create for yourself. It is subjective. And your reality doesn't need to be even close to other people's reality. You are not helping by including those horrors into your reality. You are helping by creating the best reality for yourself. So again, I can just advise everyone to stop buying into that fear-mongering propaganda. And I know that you know about those things. I know that you are working on yourself, yet so many of you are still watching the news. So many of you are still meeting up with those people that are on a very 3D level and very involved in whatever is going on that level. And until you don't let go of that information and don't exclude that information from your life, and you don't let go of those people that are bringing that information into your life as well, then you are holding onto your past. And not only onto your personal past, but the past of humanity as well. The dark past of humanity, which is no longer serving us. Okay, so I want to get into the message that I received from the Pleiadians this morning before my battery dies. So I hope I'm gonna manage to read these messages. And if there's enough time, then I will pull a card from this deck as well. And let's see what the guidance is for today. So this channeled message is from the 11th of September 2021. And they said, the key to your success is to be in the present, as your hearts are sensing what vibrations are the optimal ones for your awareness. Staying in the present is the most important thing to do, as your awakening stages are showing the benefits of the planetary consciousness grid being strengthened, and you can participate freely in this process without feeling too accelerated energetically. You have to have conscious awareness about what you do, how you react, and what other souls are you in contact with. Seeing the light being activated and being magnified tenfold as the days of this month are passing by is what you have to pay attention to. There is incredible progress in your spiritual evolutions, and the days of this month are a proof for such awareness. You have come to the conclusion that in order to be aligned with your soul's mission, you have to let the heart dictate the rhythm of the events in your lives. which are in great eternal peace and protection. You are being granted with the possibility to change what you have done for many generations on your planet, what you have participated in, and what the planetary consciousness has resulted in. So stay in that conviction that you know exactly what you do and how to progress on your timeline. When you wake up to the essence of self, you wake up to reality. You customize your progress according to the divine plan, according to the infinite creation's mission. You are aligning yourself with love and understanding of your assignment on earth. Go with your hearts on this journey of remembrance and embrace your true self. And the rewards will be out of your world and out of your physical perceptions. This state will continue to emerge as you are dealing with low vibrational frequencies, which will be clearing up as soon as you embrace your divine nature and essence. And then this is where I asked the Pleiadians about people with ADHD and ADD, and this is what they said. The minds are conduits to the divine truth, not the sources of such multidimensional information. So when the mind is being presented with a task that goes beyond the physical reality and perception, the body reacts in a strange and uncertain way because it doesn't know its way out of the task, which is being presented by the limited physical experience. Those souls that have chosen to have these sensory experiences are here with the mission of embracing of the self and perceiving the physical reality with such senses and such a way that is showing them how to rely on the inner self. You have all come here with the mission of choosing a path that is teaching you the greatest lessons about the returning to your own selves, and to learn not to be caught up in the physical and material conception, and to go beyond what is apparent to the five senses. It is all a great lesson. It is all the grandest choice by your souls to get you closer to who you are. We are the Pleiadians, and your missions are our missions as well. As you expand your consciousness, we expand too, and Source is being expanded through us. We will leave you now in the infinite expansion of the great creation, and we love you beyond measure. Okay, that was today's guidance from the Pleiadians, and as they said, we have to have that conscious awareness about what we do, how we react to certain things. Today I have been so reactive to something, and it was great as well because I released a lot of tension and negative energies as well, but then also it was a great lesson for me to navigate differently my energies. So we have to have awareness about the old ways that are no longer working, the old ways that we don't want to experience any longer. And they are also saying that we have to pay attention to the souls that we are in contact with and see the contrast. You know, like when the contrast is being presented these days, then pay attention to that difference between your old self and the new one and what you no longer want. And the light is being activated and is being magnified and is strengthening that love grid every single day. And this is what we have to focus on as well, that so many people are awakening every single day. And what I really love that they were saying is that we are being granted with that possibility to change this world and to change what we have been doing for many, many years on a collective level as humanity and what we have been participating on. We have to stay in that conviction that we know exactly where we are going as long as we let our hearts to lead the way and to dictate the rhythm of the events in our lives. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into this explanation too much because my battery is not gonna survive. So to close this video, I will pull a card as a final kind of guidance for today. So I will shuffle the cards now. I moved my car during this video like 10 times because of the sun. It's not so easy to record a video in a hot car. It's very challenging. But that also reflects, you know, these days that we are going through and those emotions that we are releasing now. This is how it feels, you know, physically as well. It is not easy, but it's worth it. Okay, so I will choose one card. Let's see what is today's guidance for the collective. And I will choose this one over here. Blessings. Look at that beautiful little bird there in the middle of the nature. How beautiful is that? And I was checking the card at the bottom of the deck, and is this illumination card. So I would like to read the messages, or just to talk about it a little bit. Let's see what is that about. So let's see what the blessings card is saying. It's saying that immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. You are protected, you are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Watch for signs that spiritual beings are present. Profound healing energies flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life. Oh my God, I love that. I love that because it is saying what the Pleiadians were talking about as well, that we are being protected as well. And the highest outcome is assured, but we just have to be receptive to those blessings, to allow them to come into our lives. I mean, look at that bird, like so free, so beautiful in the middle of the nature. That is the imagery of the new earth that is approaching and that we will have very soon. We have angelic intervention. We have loads of beings that are looking after our planet. And as the Pleiadians have stated, their expansion is our expansion is theirs as well. And also Source is expanding through us. So this is what is coming, those blessings. And let's see now what this card is about, this illumination card. Okay, the upward spiraling mists rising in the mountains suggest that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians are close at hand, assisting you on your upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spiritual life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't see what's ahead, Spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided in a wondrous direction. Oh, it's so amazing because it is confirming the blessings card. This illumination card is that there's such a big amount of help available for us from the spirit world, and we are being protected by them and we are being guided by them. So we are working with them in synergy, in a synergistic, harmonious system. And it just confirms to us what I have been saying for a long time, that we have to ask for guidance. And interestingly, the same guidance came up in my previous video as well, that we have loads of spiritual beings, celestial beings that are assisting us. There's this angelic world that is available and multidimensional beings. So the same message is coming up over and over again. So we have to ask for help. We have to believe that we are being guided. So guys, I will finish the video recording right here, right now, because my battery is dying. I'm dying as well in the car. This has been very hectic, very challenging and painful, very uncomfortable. But again, it is presenting me this contrast of what I no longer want to experience. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you resonated with the message, you can feel free to share it. You can feel free also to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your amazing emails. Thank you for your support. It is so amazing that I have so many amazing people in my life. And yeah, have an amazing day. Have an amazing week as well. And I cannot wait to see you in my next video, which will be hopefully recorded in more peaceful circumstances. So take care, guys, and see you next time. Kisses.